If I die today, I'm dying in Versace. One and only, I don't ask them, do they copy? Bad boy, you could ask my mommy. Fire on me, they can see it, Ricky Bobby. What's good? It's your boy, Clutch Peso. And welcome back to Clutch Peso TV, where we react to scary, weird, and freaky stuff, man. Stuff that the government don't want you to know about, and just other stuff like alien activity, flat earth stuff, everything outside of the norm. And I thank you all for tuning in. And today, as usual, we're getting into conspiracy theory videos that will make you rethink reality.
No, it's stunning to monitor the media's lack of interest in the whole Maui story. I've been in this business for 30 years. I'm stunned, but I'm not surprised. The incident seems to be the story here, right? But the true story, the media knows it is not allowed to tell. Is it a coincidence that the Maui police chief is the same man who was in charge in Las Vegas during that massacre that killed 58 people? Is it a coincidence that the Maui property, owned by million and billionaires, it wasn't touched by the flames while homes of the locals all burned?
What she fails to also mention is how the media hasn't even once interviewed a grieving parent. Not a single parent looking for their children. Not a single interview with a child. Not a single interview with the schools.
Was it a coincidence that the largest system of outdoor emergency sirens in the world never made a sound as the fire devoured Lahaina? Was it a coincidence that at the same time, very same time, all the water was turned off? Was it a coincidence that police were ordered to block off streets and to funnel all the cars trying to escape? Think about this coincidence. That governor also signed an emergency proclamation on July 17th, 3 weeks before the fire, about housing of all things. Is it a coincidence that the government put up a black fence around Lahaina, or that the FAA grounded all drones from flying over the affected areas? Is it a coincidence that since at least 2011 there have been plans to make Maui the first smart city run by 100% renewable energy? And that it must be a coincidence then that the locals whose homes did not burn are now being evicted from their property. And of course, a total coincidence that all the fact checkers who are checking these facts, who say everything I just told you is just a coincidence, are also owned and run by BlackRock.
I'm not gonna lie, those are some crazy coincidences. But in life, there can be crazy coincidences. But those are some, those are like a lot of coincidences, man. Like, yo. They shut. Why was the water shut off? Why didn't sirens go off? Like, what's going on, y'all? Like, come on, like, I don't know. That seemed kind of spooky to me. Let me know down below what y'all think. That was kind of spooky for me. I don't know.
This is some weird scurry shit.
Oh, hell no, you guys have to see this. What the heck is that? That looks...
Hey, yo.
Oh, hell no.
That's tough. I gotta put one of those outside of my house. That's tough. Like, put on my garage or something.
Vampires used to roam the earth, and you can't convince me otherwise.
Yes, I can. Watch this.
These are burial cages from the medieval times, and they were to prevent the undead from escaping from their graves.
No, they aren't, and no, they weren't. These are not called burial cages, and they definitely were not intended to keep the dead from rising out of their graves. I know that you're just making up your own facts in order to get views on a video, but the actual purpose of these is almost just as interesting as what you said. So you could have just done that, and it would have made a perfectly good video. But since you didn't, I suppose I should. I fully accept that right now I'm probably preaching to the choir a little bit, because just about every comment on his video is pointing out that these are not what he says they are. So at the risk of redundancy, these are not burial cages. They are called mort safes, and they were invented in the 1800s in England. In the early 1800s, it was common practice for medical students to learn anatomy on real human subjects. Obviously no longer living human subjects, I would hope that goes without saying. Of course, the best place you could go to find an abundance of these subjects is a graveyard. There were people who made their living by supplying these places of higher education with subjects. They would do this by going to a graveyard shortly after a burial and liberating the recently deceased in the name of science. As you can imagine, people were like, whoa, That's my grandpa, hands off. So since the living didn't want to see their deceased family members exhumed and put under the scalpel by a bunch of hungover frat guys, they started to do this. They would lock the bodies into the ground. Now the one thing that unites us all as human is we all really love our burial rituals, so as you can imagine, people got pretty creative with their mort-safe ideas. There were of course the metal cages that we were just looking at. These could either be opened by way of a padlock or one contiguous piece of metal. There were also designs like these ones where they would use large stones to make sure that no one could get to the ground underneath.
In Jamaica, they cement the graves. That's pretty smart though. For grave robbers, like I don't know, bro. Was there not a such thing as organ donors back then? Like, could people not donate their body to science so that other people won't grave rob other people?
They've got a new theory that says a lack of oxygen might have killed the dinosaurs. What? Lack of oxygen? Well, it's interesting. The huge dinosaurs, an 80-foot apatosaurus, for example, had nostrils the same size as a horse. How is an 80-foot animal going to get enough air through nostrils the size of a horse's? Sometimes in the amber, which is tree sap, hardened, petrified, sometimes they find air bubbles. The air bubbles, when they suck them out and analyze them, are 50% more oxygen than we have today. The air we're breathing now is 21% oxygen. What if it was 35%? If the atmosphere originally was 35% oxygen and double the air pressure, just breathing would be exciting. Baby Jessica was 18 months old, and her left leg slipped down in a pipe. Her right leg came up behind her, and she did the splits. She slid down 20 feet inside an 8-inch pipe. She was down there for 2.5 days. They tore up the neighborhood trying to get that kid out of there, out of that pipe. When they finally got her out, her right leg was completely black from lack of circulation. One of the doctors said, "We have to cut her leg off right now. It's black, no circulation." Another doctor said, "Hey, before we start cutting stuff off, let's try putting her in a hyperbaric oxygen chamber." You know what? Hyperbaric, high pressure oxygen chamber. They put Jessica in one of these things and pumped it up to double normal pressure with pure oxygen. Within a few hours, her leg turned pink. They restored circulation. They finally had to cut off half of her little toe. She would have lost her whole leg had it not been for hyperbaric therapy. Dr. Kimori in Japan started raising tomato plants with filtered sunlight. He used a mirror system to collect sunlight and send it through fiber optic cable to his plants. So the plants would not be getting ultraviolet light or x-rays, only sunlight, pure light, okay? His tomato plant grew 16 feet tall and produced 900 tomatoes. This is one plant. They moved it to a shopping center, built scaffolding to hold up the branches. They said this thing might produce 10,000 tomatoes.
That's crazy.
It ended up growing over 40 feet tall and produced 15,000 tomatoes off one plant. They were cherry tomatoes, but his were coming off baseball size. I think maybe the whole earth was that way. I think it had not only a canopy to filter out the radiation, it had increased air pressure, richer CO2, pure gene code, better soil, and the birds chirping is what opens up the leaf cells so they can breathe in the morning. One guy got curious, why did the birds start chirping an hour before sunrise? Well, they've discovered that frequency of the chirp, chirp, chirp opens up the stomata under the leaf.
I'm not gonna lie, that was tough. That video was kind of long ago, but that video was tough. It's like very, it's packed with a lot of information, bro. Like imagine, I wonder what would happen if scientists raised animals or kids in high oxygen from birth to like a certain age where they become beasts or something. I mean, that'd be wild. But I'm pretty sure if it was that easy, they would have done it already. We'd have like superhumans in the military and shit if we don't already.
So the theory is Drake put that in to say that he f***ed Kim at nighttime. So
crap down the block, made a right, yeah. Cut the lights, yeah. Pay the price.
Maybe this is where In My Feelings comes into
yeah,
play.
In My Feelings with Kiki.
Yeah. Kim's nickname, no?
Yeah, that's Kim's nickname.
Yeah.
Kim and I think Chloe, their nicknames were like Kiki and Coco.
Yeah.
And then Kanye, Kanye came out with a whole video. He was like,
that is people making rumors or thinking that you f my wife and you're not saying nothing and you can't.
And then Drake posted in LA, like he just landed.
Yeah,
and then the
yeah.
devil emoji. I was like, whoa.
So in a sense, that whole Sicko Mode track, his whole verse could have been a diss track to Kanye.
Kanye on Travis's song.
On Travis's song, bro.
Travis dates Kylie. Kylie is Kim's sister. Basically,
Yeah.
oh my gosh. Big brain move.
Crap.
From the
There's something terrifying going on at Chuck E. Cheese right now, and I'm gonna explain it to you. So we all know about the game Five Nights at Freddy's, right? It's a game based around a restaurant that's pretty much like a Chuck E. Cheese where the animatronics come to life and wreak havoc on all the guests there. But what if I told you this was possibly happening in real life right now? Just 2 days ago, 5 children have gone missing inside of a Chuck E. Cheese, and the parents reported a weird smell from the inside of the building. And then just like Five Nights at Freddy's, someone that worked the late night shift actually got killed after hours. Now these are all pretty weird, but here's the kicker right here. Check out this headline. Night shift workers from Chuck E. Cheese claim strange movement from animatronics post hours. So I don't know, what do you think about this? Do you think it's real? Do you think it's fake? And I mean with 2020 and everything going on, like I wouldn't be shocked if
I think it's bullshit.
The Earth might be bigger than we thought. For years, people have debated over the shape of the Earth, if it is round or flat. Now, this might just all be a conspiracy, but what if the Earth had more than just 7 continents? And Antarctica was just a giant ice wall that kept us from seeing the rest of the continents? What if once you made it past the ice wall, you'll find the 20 continents that are really being hidden from us? And what if there was a map that showed this? There are theories that these continents contain prehistoric animals, aliens, and advanced civilizations, and that the 7 continents that we are living in is actually a giant farm or business owned by a small handful of families that make up the filthy rich in the real world, or in the other continents that we don't know about. That is one.
Stay tuned, guys. I told you before I'm gonna be dropping a video that a story, a novel that I'm writing, or a novella. Like, I'm not sure what it's called, but it's a small novel on something like this. So stay tuned, y'all. I'll let y'all know when I drop it and it's complete. I'm already like 90% done with the story. I just have to, try to publish it, get it published, and I'll let y'all know.
Hi, today I'm going to be showing you guys what I gave my hostage for dinner. So this is just the end of a loaf of bread, a bunch of hot sauce, and some spinach. She was really bad today, so I'm not giving her any water to go with this hot sauce, so it'll burn a lot. I never give her water when she's bad. This is just some watermelon, and I added a little bit of salt for just some extra flavor. Then after this, I grabbed a sweet potato and warmed it up for her. After this, I just wrote her a cute little note that she really likes. She always eats these, which is kind of weird. I've never had a hostage do that. But yes, after this, I just put that in there, added some mushrooms. Let me know if you guys want to see what she eats for breakfast, because that's the best meal that I give her. Hi, today I'm going to be showing...
I mean, I'm laughing, but what if that was like, really a hostage, like that you just made it like seem, seem like satire? It's crazy.
I've lost all ambition or worldly acclaim. I just wanna be the one you love. I've lost all ambition.
Yo, I have another theory. You know Monster Energy?
Yeah.
So on the Monster Energy can, right? Mm-hmm. The symbol of the M.
It's a claw. It's supposed to be a claw.
It's supposed to be a claw. Yeah. Kinda. Every line in the M, it doesn't attach. Have you noticed that? It doesn't attach. It doesn't all attach.
Yeah.
So that symbol that like, it looks kind of like the number 1, it goes down.
Yeah.
That's actually a Hebrew symbol that translates to the number 6.
Okay.
So it's 666. Now, Monster Energy, the O has a cross in it.
Yeah.
The O has a cross. Why would Monster have a cross in the drink?
I didn't even notice that.
Monster Energy, why would that have a cross? What does it have to do with like,
yeah.
Nothing. So the point of putting the cross there in the O, when you drink it bottoms up, the cross goes upside down.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa. Thank God I've never drank Monster in my life.
It's crazy, bro.
I'm not gonna lie, I used to destroy Monster back in the day, yo. I don't drink energy drink any drink. I don't drink energy drinks anymore because the caffeine gets me
Gives me panic attacks.
Isn't it true that you want to fly commercial so that you can fly in luxury? How much money did you pay for Tyler Perry's Gulfstream jet, for example?
Well, for example, that's really none of your business, but...
Isn't it the business of your donors?
Listen, I paid. The airplane that we have that I bought from Tyler Perry, and I didn't pay anywhere. Tyler's one of the greatest guys. He made that airplane so cheap for me, I couldn't help but buy it. I love your eyes.
Again, getting back to the comment, you said that you don't like to fly commercial because you don't want to get into a tube with a bunch of demons. Do you really believe that human beings are demons?
No, I do not. And don't you ever say I did.
The fuck?
We wrestle not with flesh and blood, but principalities and powers.
Yeah.
Isn't it true that you want to fly commercial?
That's a demon, bruh.
Isn't it true that you want to fly commercial so that you can fly?
It's Kenneth Copeland, I think his name is. That's a demon, bruh. He's a demon, bruh. He's one of those super pastors that, you know. I don't think they care, bruh. It's all about money, bruh. Flying jets, like he's living like a very materialistic life for a pastor, bro. I mean, I'm not saying pastors can't get money. If it's fair, everyone should be able to get money. But if they get crazy amounts of money, their churches are like mainly about getting money, bro. Like, I don't know. I don't mess with that, bro. You see the demon like fighting to come out of him. Like, don't you say that. What? He sold it to me for an amazing price. Anyway, man, it's your boy Clutch Peso. Thank you for tuning in and watching these videos with me. Love you all. Drop a like, share, comment, subscribe. Jersey.
Tried to check me, it's a warning. Beat off the dope.